Brownies and Blacky were two kittens that were thrown away not long after they were born. Their owner was unwilling to have many cats on the house and only wanted to keep the mother cat. So they were left on the forest that was remote and far from residential areas. Brownies and Blacky were starving, and they only could meow pitifully. But no mother cat approached them. They were confused. Though they meowed harder, not a single cat came to fulfill their needs. However, they had to survive. With their instinct, they followed the path that used to be the route taken by the human. Therefore, they decided to walk along the path. They hoped to find the human that drowned them. Moreover, to go back to their mother cat. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, give a like, and share this video. Meow. After some time, they were glad for they could find some puddles along the road. It's not sufficient to fulfill their little tummy, but at least it could substitute their needs to remain alive. Nonetheless, the road seemed endless, and Brownies got bored and exhausted. Several times, he stopped for taking rest. Meanwhile, Blacky tried to cheer his brother to keep him forward. He kept strolling, though he walked unsteadily because of the hunger. Besides, he was still shivered from the cold after the rain. He tried his best to endure before they could find their mother cat. Joy came to his heart when he found some food waste among the garbage on the side of the road they were passing. Blacky shared the food with his brother, and they ate it to their content. At the end of the day, they spent the night inside the package of the food they used to eat, and the kittens snuggled one to another, wishing the following day would be better. The next day, they continued their journey. Here and there, they only saw huge trees, and the only path they could follow was the road they previously took yesterday. Unfortunately, they didn't find any food to satiate their hunger. Blacky no longer tried to cheer up his brother. They were in the same situation anyway. Blacky hoped they could find their mother soon, so they didn't become the stray kittens. He kept strolling forward to find way, while Brownies stopped several times, either because of taking rest or being distracted by a butterfly or playing around with his own tail. It made the gap between them got greater, and Brownies was far behind Blacky. Though Blacky was determined to not giving up, but his frail body forced him to take rest as well. After finding shaded bushes, Blacky took rest as he waited for Brownies. Just by then, he saw a couple of humans on motorcycle had taken Brownies with them. Blacky chased with all his strength, but he could do nothing with his tiny paws. They were too fast. Blacky meowed as hard as he could, but still, those humans didn't hear him. Apparently, they didn't aware about Blacky, that took rest under the bushes. Instead, they attracted to Brownies, which the brown fur shined gleamy under the sun as he walked gloomy. They took pity on beautiful brown kitten that lost in the forest. Unfortunately, they didn't realize there was another kitten that needed their protection. Blacky was downhearted. He felt exhausted, neglected, and isolated. Nonetheless, he continued his journey alone. Years passed and both kittens had grown up. Their situation was totally different and made both of them feel like worlds apart. Brownies was taken care well by his human. He got his own bed for sleep and was given food on time. He was pampered all day long without doing nothing. Day by day, Brownies was getting fatter and lazier. His daily activities were only eating, napping, then eating again, and going to sleep. Moreover, his mobility was limited around the house that made Brownies got bored and dull, for he had finished exploring the house already. At the end, Brownies was unable to run because of his weight. On the other side, Blacky must survive alone on the wilderness. He learned to catch mouse and other smaller animals for his daily meal. Not only that, he learned to catch the fishes in the river or small birds that perch on the branches. He learned to run swiftly, climb the tree, and was forcefully learned to swim as he had to survive after falling to the river. He even learned how to survive from the predators and find temporary shelter to keep him safe. Life seemed unfair to him compared to his brother's life. Anyway, life was unpredictable, and the wheel had ruled. One day, the owner of Brownies got a traffic accident and never went back to the house. The neighbors weren't aware for this, since the couple were barely socializing with them. They also didn't realize that there is a cat that was still in the house. Hence, Brownies must learn to survive. However, since he never learned how to hunt and only pampered around, Brownies just relied on the cat left by his owner. When he ran out for the food, Brownies only could meow, but nobody heard his wailing. Moreover, he was afraid to get out, since he thought it was dangerous for him. At the end, Brownies was died from starving, because he had no abilities to survive. On the opposite side, Blacky turned into a proud and wonderful cat. He was grown up to be a strong and skillful, also steadfast fighter. Furthermore, he got a female and had kittens that he trained for hunting and followed his path to be survived on their life. The hardships he faced all the time made him stronger and had been paid off after enduring the process. Remember about this proverb? Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Success cannot be achieved in a day. It needs a process of trials and errors. Moreover, perseverance to keep believing and to get up after falling many times are a must. By learning from the mistakes, we can improve ourselves and keep moving forward. It's not enough to learn how to ride. You must also learn how to fall. In that way, you can hone yourself to get better. There's always risk on every choice you make, and you learn something from what you've taken. So, don't be afraid to take your first step to success, because your steps, either small or big, will determine your success. Don't be like Brownies that was afraid to get out and didn't go anywhere. Don't ever give up and enjoy the process. It's not easy, but not impossible. Keep to do your best and let God do the rest. Don't get lost in your own worries and overthinking. We can't see what happened in the future, but believe that God always protects you and gives the best for your life. All we can do is only working and praying for our dreams. Also, don't forget to always believe you can do it.